Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's EJ Marino and this is About Last Night, the show where I talk about the movie I saw last night, but we're jumping right into my American Horror Story rewatch. Yes, join me as I talk about episode 3 of Murder House. First things first, thank you to anyone who tuned into my live stream where I try to make a gingerbread murder house. That was quite a journey. Didn't go well, but it was so fun talking with everyone, talking about American Horror Story and horror movies. It was so fun, so thank you for that. That's why this episode is a little bit delayed. Sorry again for that. But we're jumping right into this episode of Murder House called Murder House. This is actually a really strong episode. Not as great as those first two episodes, but episode 3, titled Murder House, was a damn good time with a lot of backstory and a lot to dive into, surprisingly. We start off this week as we've done with each episode. I wonder if this is a recurring theme. I completely forgot in Murder House, but we start with another flashback, this time in 1983, where we find out about Moira, Constance, and Constance's husband. First question I have, Constance's husband died in Murder House. Where is he? Why doesn't he ever manifest within the house? I get a little bit of him messing with Constance or Moira. None of that. But it seems Moira's trapped into this house. It seems like Constance keeps visiting the house. So I find that to be really weird, where we see this intro where, he's trying to sexually assault Moira. And Moira's like, no, look, we made a mistake. I'm done with this. Get off me. And he tries to attack her again. And Constance comes in, shoots Moira. And I'm like, the maid who was getting raped, you shoot her, and then looks at her husband and said, "You have broken my heart too many times," and shoots him. Good job there, Constance, but why did we kill Moira? What did she do, other than sleep with your husband? But it seems like he was pretty gross. I was confused, but also still like this intro. Confused of why did she kill Moira? Where is this husband at in the continued now news story? And why did Constance do what she did? What made her drive to the point where she shot a man and a woman? It seems like her character would have never done something that extreme, at least that early, but maybe that is really the moment Constance became the crazy bitch that we all know now. This intro also had a really cool transition moment. So we go from the flashback to Vivien walking into the room and kind of dissolves what's happening there. I actually really like that. Really well filmed. And then we go into Vivien basically telling Ben, "I don't trust you. Me and Violet needed you. Where were you?" Doing some stupid stuff that Ben always does. I hate Ben. Recurring theme every episode is me not liking Ben. But this is basically Vivien being like, here's what's happening. I'm not feeling great. What's up? Let's talk about this. And he's still doing his Ben stuff. Oh, I have to do therapy sessions. We'll talk later. And she's like, no, I'm good. And I just, their relationship frustrates me. And I try not to get to, because I know how this ends. I know where it's going. So I'm just trying to live this week by week and going Ben, I'm tired of you. Vivien, just leave. Vivien does try to leave the house, basically trying to sell it, find a new place to go. And Marcy, the realtor, is like, girl, you're stuck. And Vivien's like, I'm stuck, but it's your fault, and goes in on her, tells her all of her stuff, telling her you need to sell this house, get rid of it. And Marcy's like, I can't really do that. I really love this realtor. I love that she ends up selling to the Hotel Cortez later. There's a lot with her, and I don't know, something about Vivien trying to escape. Like I said, I want her to, but it seems like the house has trapped them in such a weird way. This really reminds me of The Shining more and more, where the house is manipulating everyone in here and almost getting them to be you can never leave here, you're stuck here. And even Marcy's I don't know if it's the house influence or just how bad I am at my job, but you ain't getting out. And Vivien's we will figure out something now. I love how strong Vivien was this episode, even with her having some baby issues, even with her freaking out about finding about Murder House. She's still a strong character and truly one of the best females that I've seen in American Horror Story. We also get to find out a little bit about Moira and Constance. You know they have the beef. You know that Constance killed Moira, but we find out Moira can't leave the house, basically until her bones are dug up and thrown out of the house and taken somewhere else. We see that later on in Apocalypse until the timeline is reset again. Okay, let's not get into Apocalypse, but we see what happens here. But Constance is like, no, 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 you're a whore. You don't deserve to leave. And I feel so bad for Moira. I just feel like her character got stuck so bad in such a stupid situation that Constance continued to get her stuck into the situation. It's such a toxic thing, and I just feel bad that Moira can't escape. And then we have Constance basically like getting Ben to like basically be like, oh no, let's build over her bones, and that furthers how bad it is for like Moira in the situation. She's trying to get Ben. She keeps like drugging him to like start digging up. She almost got it too, but goddamn Constance stops her from getting any farther than she should. Ooh, this episode also has a cameo I completely forgot about. Adina Porter, who is in later seasons. She's in Cult, she's in Roanoke, and she's also in Apocalypse. She played Dinah, she played in Cult. She was the one that was friends with, my god, what's her name? Sarah Paulson's Allie character. So that's Adina Porter. I didn't know she was in Murder House. She plays probably the most boring woman I've ever met. And that's kind of the joke of this and kind of the sad story she has, where she's bored by her husband, and basically Ben is so drugged up and so bad at his job that he like basically gets her to try to attempt suicide. And the doc's like, or the cop who comes and investigates this is like, look, you didn't do anything illegal, but being a dick should be a crime because you're not a good person, Ben. Continue. I know the house is to blame for some of the Ben issues, but I can't get past him. I can't get past what he did, like his weird relationship with Moira, how he handled this Adina Porter character situation, how he handles Vivien later on. I'm just done with Ben, and thankfully we start shifting away from Ben at one point, though Hayden comes and we get more drama with that, and oh my god, I can't wait. But we do spend some time with Vivien in the middle of this episode, and I love that. So before we get into all the Hayden, Ben drama and all that stuff, oh boy, can't wait to talk about the ending of this episode. Yay! We do get some great middle parts of this episode that are all about the history of Murder House. We get the Montgomerys, the man who built the house, the crazy doctor who was really bad at surgery, and his awesome wife, played by Lily Rabe. I always forget to grab her character's name. I'm sure you'll let me know down in the comments below. But what was Lily Rabe's character's name? She was the, Nora, maybe? I think her name's Nora. She was the mother of, like, the murder house, basically. It's funny, the mom and father are the Montgomerys, which is maybe lineage down to Madison. That's why Madison had a weird relationship with his house. But yeah, basically we get to see what happens here, where Nora and her husband, the weird doctor, who is in hotel as well. I love the hotel connections. He is like this bad doctor doing these weird surgeries and start doing these like back alley abortions, which end up killing these girls. So this house is festering with dead babies, dead people, so much hate, so much violence, so much evil in this house. No wonder this house manifested like the spawn of Satan. Before I'm forced to talk about Ben for the rest of the episode, because he does play a big part in this one, I have a question for you guys, or like a theory. Does the house continuously draw in the same families? Because seeing the Montgomery relationship is so similar to the Harmons, which is so similar to the Jungle Gym, like the gay couple, which is Zachary Quinto's character. It's so similar to their vibe. A lot of cheating husbands, a lot of tension, a lot of drama, marital issues, like body issues. Is it interesting that the house keeps getting these people and they keep coming in? It's like a cycle. Every time these families come in, they're about the same. Is that what the house is doing? Is that like the theory of Murder House, that it continuously gets the same bad people? What do you guys feel about that? Because I really thought this episode pushed that into my brain, that this house is continuously looking for the same bad people to draw it in here, suck out their souls, and have them live in the Murder House forever. Yay, the part of the episode where I get to talk about Ben. I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna I'll stop all my Ben hate. He actually has some funny moments in here, like when Larry's character, played by Dennis O'Hare, whacks Hayden in the face and kills her, and he's just freaking out, and I'm like, but bro, like Hayden kinda needed to go. Like, my girl Kate Mara plays crazy so well. Like, I didn't like her as an actress for a long time because she continuously played crazy, up until like the Fantastic Four remake. So bad. Up until that, where she played the same bitchy characters, and I never enjoyed her. But something about viewing Hayden this time, I'm like, maybe because my distaste for Ben is growing, but I'm like, Hayden, you have a couple points. Like, he was kind of dirty, and like every time he like does something, she freaks out and goes to like tell Vivien. I'm like, Oh, my favorite part with Hayden is when she just like walks up in the house and is like, Vivien, we're having an affair, I'm pregnant. I'm like, she is crazy. Like, I'm surprised Moira wasn't looking at Ben like, oh, but I'm the problem. Me trying to sleep with you is the problem, where you got crazy baby mama. I loved watching all of this. That was so fun to see. And then we get the ending where Larry, played by Denis O'Hare. I love him. Can't wait to he's more characters later on, like when he's Spalding or, oh God, if you guys ever watched True Blood, he was amazing in True Blood. But yeah, Larry basically hits Hayden in the face with the big shovel, kills her, they bury her in the yard. Ben builds over Moira's. Oh God, that's such a sad scene where he like throws Hayden's body onto Moira's bones, and Moira's like, damn, I am stuck here forever. And then he builds that nice gazebo, which Vivien's like, oh my God, the gazebo's so nice. And I'm like, you're just okay with your husband building this, spending all his day out here? I don't know, this relationship and this marriage needs to be worked on. Like, they need a therapist that isn't Ben, because that is one of the first rules, is make sure you do not try to like analyze yourself and your relationship, because it's not healthy. Obviously, he keeps trying to like gaslight Vivien into whatever BS he's about. I'm sorry, I told you I wasn't gonna bash Ben anymore. It's just so hard, he's so unlikable. Going through my notes, it seems like this episode is kind of wrapped up now. We talked about the backstory of Murder House a little bit. I have my own theories about Murder House. We have the Vivien, Moira, Constance kind of friendship, evil, hatred, threesome going there. And then we had Ben and Hayden and all that drama. This was a jam-packed episode, but not as jam-packed as next week. Yes, I'm going to be tackling both Halloween episodes in one episode, because why do two separate ones for Halloween? We'll talk about it all at once. So thank you again for joining me. I actually really enjoyed talking about this episode of Murder House because it was fun. It was a good backstory. A little bit lighter than the first two episodes, which were so jam-packed. I liked this one. I had a fun time. What do you guys think of Murder House episode 3? Because I, again, liked it. I had a good time. I hope you did too. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. Let's talk about this episode of Murder House. What do you think of my theories? Give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. And thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of About Last Night.